St. Thomas University Digital Journalism and New Media present.
Welcome to the Basement Files. I'm Nada Ratmeet.
I'm Christy Chen.
And I'm Logan Purley.
And here's this week's top stories. Today we discuss the controversies of Christmas decorating before Remembrance Day.
Stand-up comedy is making a hit in Fredericton.
And how business is booming at the Northside Market.
The local market on the north side of Fredericton is booming. Vendors are there every Saturday and Sunday selling clothing, food, and furniture. Isabel Legier has the story.
Want the proclaimed best burger in Fredericton? Or need a spot to do all of your holiday shopping? The Northside Market has just about everything from curly fried poutine to homemade jewelry. From the grand opening in 2011 to now, the Northside Market has expanded greatly and is giving local vendors an opportunity to make sales in a high-traffic area. Rocket Burger offers several interesting options, such as their very own invention called shuttle corn.
This is fantastic. I mean, this business supports my family, and we absolutely love it.
After taking a look at the food vendors outside, you can walk inside to more food and many other interesting businesses.
Mainly sell antique items, snowshoes, old tools, different things like that. And I also make some homemade furniture made out of old barn boards.
The Collector of Old Things is a business that reuses items that may not seem useful to certain people anymore. Brian Smith transforms these items into usable goods. The market is open every Saturday from 9 to 4 and Sunday from 10 to 4.
Saturday is usually the biggest time. A lot of food people come to the food vendors. But on Sunday there's a different crowd, and usually Sunday is the best day for me, where other people like Saturday.
The Northside Market is helping our local companies expand their businesses and adding another great shopping destination for the city of Fredericton.
Businesses like the Rocket Burger and the Collector of Old Things are just a few of the vendors taking advantage of the Northside Market. This market is expected to continue growing for many years to come.
When you think of stand-up comedy, you'll probably think of the Laugh in Montreal, our comedy channel, but theirs have a local comedy scenes for American comedians. Fredericton, New Brunswick. Jennison Duff has the story.
On the first Thursday of every month, comedians from all over New Brunswick gather in Wilser's room at the Capitol Complex, some getting on stage for the first time and some having been performing for years.
The room is packed, with most people coming for cheap drinks but end up staying for the comics. With comedians with such different humors, there's a joke for everyone. Amateur comedian Anthony Bryan has been doing stand-up comedy for a little over a year now and says it was scary to get up on stage the first time, and it's still scary now.
I was 15 years old and I did it in my high school, and I went up there and I was going to talk about piracy. I was going to talk about like DVD piracy, and as soon as I got up there, I just said nothing. I said nothing. I opened my mouth and I said nothing.
A comedy show is like classical music. The comic is the conductor, and the audience is the orchestra. A comedian succeeds when the audience laughs, but what happens when the crowd doesn't laugh? Simon Greeno has been performing stand-up for 2 years, and when he gets a tough crowd, he changes his set and uses jokes that always get a laugh.
It sucks to bomb when no one else bombs, because then you know, oh, I just had a bad night. But on a night like this, it's sort of comforting because you can be like, you know what, it was the crowd.
Stand-up comedy takes a lot of practice, and it can take years to master the craft. Each movement and word are calculated to add to the joke.
I didn't think of like so many like broad form jokes as I did like just think about one particular story, and I sort of adjusted it and made like little tweaks to know when to pause for jokes and when to like insert an actual joke in here, so it's not just me telling people a story, it's me telling people a funny story, right?
Comedians spend hours perfecting their material and bring it to Fredericton to test it out in Wilser's room, because after all, practice makes perfect. Back to you guys.
Looking to get involved in your local animal shelters and organizations but don't know how to? Haley Stairs attended a presentation called Paws and Pancakes that may give you the answers. Here's the full story.
I'm cute. Yes, that she is.
Want to get your paws in animals in need, like this one? A lunch and learn was put on at the Renaissance College on Thursday. With full stomachs, animal lovers had the opportunity to learn how to help their furry friends. Anira Hassan, a second-year student at the college, put on the event for her project management course. She talks about getting involved with organizations like the SPCA, Karma, and Stray Bits. Whether you adopt, foster, volunteer, or donate, it all makes a difference.
I hope maybe this kind of opened people's eyes to maybe how you can help, as well as maybe how to get involved and what kind of stuff they offer and what they do. So I think that would be the biggest takeaway from that, is just that anyone who's interested that maybe was lacking information got some clarity from my presentation.
Mick Jeffries, a second-year student at the Renaissance College, hasn't been involved with rescue shelters in the past, but would like to start volunteering after hearing the presentation.
I've visited a few times this year with Anira, actually. We were checking in on a couple of the cats that she had fostered. So it's really cool to be there, a really great atmosphere there. And I think after today, especially hearing the statistics, I really want to start volunteering more at the SPCA.
At the Ormocto SPCA, there are currently 20 cats and 2 dogs that roam, waiting to be adopted. They provide toys and plenty of food to make their short stays comfortable. Animals are adopted daily. If you want to get involved and interact with the animals there, it's very easy. You fill out a form and the volunteer coordinator looks it over and will call you when they need help.
We always need help. We always need people to come in, clean, walk dogs. We have cat enrichment volunteers. They just come in, they play with the kitties, and then we also need like help as in bringing in supplies, cleaning supplies, blankets, toys, food, all that stuff.
Big or small, all animals need a little love. Don't be afraid to get your paws dirty and help them when you can. Maybe you'll even decide to bring one home with you. This is Haley Stairs reporting for St. Thomas Journalism.
St. Andrews is known to be a small town with only 1,800 citizens. Some people may think that there may be little to do in this town. However, they own one of the most visited attractions in New Brunswick. Here's the story. King's Bray Gardens is a well-known attraction in St. Andrews. It has over 50,000 types of plants and flowers. There you will also find ponds, streams, forestry sites, and insects. With the numerous flowers, bees and butterflies come to pollinate and make the garden their home. One of the main attractions is when the staff takes the alpacas and goats for walks across the park. But it doesn't stop there. Visitors can also enjoy world-class winning foods at the Garden Cafe. Many visitors to St. Andrews like to make a stop at the Kingsbury Gardens. After all, it is ranked on TripAdvisor as the #1 thing to do in this town.
Soon enough, Canadians will be heading back to the slopes and planning for Christmas. However, this winter season calls for a particularly bad flu season. To make the most out of these winter months, Alison Roy has a story on how you can prevent the flu.
It's getting colder, and that means for many, sore throat and runny nose. Influenza season is here, and according to Global News, it could be a nasty one this year. To prevent going down with the flu, health professionals are suggesting washing your hands regularly, getting enough sleep, eating healthy, exercising daily, and this year especially urges the public to get vaccinated. Is flu prevention really a concern here in Fredericton?
Absolutely. I am totally afraid of getting sick, so I carry hand sanitizer around. I'm always using that when I come in and out of different places, especially stores.
I do actually get my flu shot. I have elderly parents that I take care of, so I would prefer to get my shot and not risk getting them sick.
I haven't yet this year, but I do plan on doing it. I teach preschool, so it's kind of a necessity.
So that being said, experts are asking the public to put their best effort into taking care of themselves this flu season. On that note, if you do catch a virus, it is a good idea to stay at home or to avoid contact with other high-risk individuals. Back to you in studio.
Thank you very much. As they say, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So we'll keep that in mind this winter. That was Alison Roy reporting for St. Thomas Journalism.
Recently, the grand opening of the Beaverbrook Art Gallery's pavilion took place. A crowd of people gathered to see the new exhibitions and take part in new activities. Let's take a look. On a sunny Sunday afternoon, the Beaverbrook Art Gallery finally opened their doors to a long-awaited extension. The new pavilion had been in the works since early last fall and completed through government funding and private donations. The morning started with an opening speech from the Beaverbrook director and CEO, Bernard Riardon. He spoke of the efforts of volunteers, thanking the City of Fredericton and private donors for the 12-foot expansion given to the gallery.
In 1959, the original North report said, "Make the gallery your gallery. Let us say our gallery. Make it our playground, our delight, our source of inspiration. So we are building on the vision of Lord Beaverbrook.
The ceremony also included performances led by an indigenous group from the Willistocky territory. They told stories of the creation of Willistock, danced and sang. The ceremony ended with a powwow where the crowd was invited to join hands with the Willistocky tribe to celebrate a new part in the gallery for indigenous art.
I think it's really great, especially because they've had a lot of native artwork there, and we have a big history of First Nations people around here, and especially on the St. John River here in Fredericton. And I think it adds to our community as well, just to have the beautiful previous collections they had as well here in the art gallery, and to have them beautified better and displayed in a good way.
The morning ended with visits to the new cafe. Visitors were given cake and drinks from the many volunteers and workers helping that day. Dawn DeCourcy was one of them.
I volunteer at the library, at the art gallery, and I give tours and the like. So I'm not in on the ground floor of planning for this event, but I can tell you that I've been coming here for a long time, and people have been working hard here for a long time to get this off the ground. So a lot of preparation went in for this weekend for sure.
Although the building was quite packed, many would agree that it was a way to bring the community together through arts and performances. In this day and age, eating well and living a healthy lifestyle isn't always easy. When you work all day, the last thing you want to do is go to the gym. And when you've had a rough day at the office, the last thing you want to eat is a salad. But there's a way to do it. Shannon Cornelius has a story.
We've all been there. There's something good hiding in your fridge just calling your name. You get home from work and you just want to sit down with your favorite comfort food. Eating well and living a healthy lifestyle can be hard, especially when you don't know where to start. Sobeys dietitian Margaret Langell says knowing what to look for on a label is one of the first steps to eating healthy.
Oftentimes when people come to see me, they say, oh, I'm looking at the calories and that's really helping me to manage my weight. But I guess the other part of that is not only to just look at calories, but to see where those calories are coming from. So sometimes, you know, the calorie content isn't too bad, but if you take a look at maybe the fat, the content within that product, it's really high in fat.
Langell also says to watch how many calories are coming from the sodium and sugar content of a product. She says that just one energy drink or bottle of pop is more than the amount of sugar someone should have in the run of a day. She suggests looking at the weekly flyers to see what's on sale and to help you find those healthy foods at an affordable price. Wendy Black says it's important to make sure you're trying to be healthy in all aspects of your everyday life in order to live a healthy lifestyle.
Well, actually meal preparation and keeping active. Too many people are eating out and kind of looking for a quick fix, and there isn't going to quick fix to being healthy. And we support that lifestyle here at the YMCA, where we support families' healthy living in all aspects. Even our snack machine is healthy, because really it's important to kind of have both ends of the spectrum covered. You can't really live a healthy lifestyle and be physically active if you don't have the nutrition to back it up, and we're firm believers of that.
Living a healthy lifestyle and trying to lose weight is not just going to the gym or eating healthy. To actually achieve your fitness goals, you need to do both, or you won't see any results.
And so while it may seem hard to get up off the couch and go to the gym, or to prep your meals for the week, doing so will pay off in the long run. This is Shannon Cornelius reporting for St. Thomas Journalism.
A debate that comes up every year: is decorating for Christmas before Remembrance Day disrespectful? This is a question of respect and freedom. Lauren Hoyt has the story.
It's argued by many that it's disrespectful to decorate for Christmas before Remembrance Day. Some stores start selling for Christmas as soon as Halloween is over, and Remembrance Day can seem forgotten in the midst of all of it. I took a look at what people think of decorating for Christmas and celebrating the season before paying respects to our heroes.
It's that time of year again. Time to light the trees, play the Christmas movies, read the Christmas classics. Or is it? Christmas isn't almost for 2 months, but the season seems to be in full swing already. To some, like Poppy volunteer Lorraine Holder, starting Christmas celebrations before November 11th is disrespectful.
I think it should be done after Remembrance Day. The reason being is because we want to remember our war dead or even our heroes at that time. And I mean, Christmas is important, but Jesus has his time to celebrate, and his time is usually in December.
For retail companies, Christmas begins as soon as Halloween ends. The holiday is a big moneymaker, from decorations to scents to foods that only come around once a year. Christmas is all about tradition. But does the tradition of Christmas take away from the tradition of respecting soldiers and veterans? Few stores can be found honoring Remembrance Day. For those who think it's just the older generation that believes Christmas is for after Remembrance Day, Adrian Saliendra proves them wrong.
Well, I don't really like the fact that if you would decorate before Remembrance Day, because, you know, it's Remembrance Day, and, you know, gotta pay respect to the soldiers, you know what I'm saying?
In a poll, 69% of people voted yes. Decorating for Christmas before Remembrance Day is disrespectful, where 31% voted no. Christmas excitement can be innocent, but it's important to remember and honor those who have fought and still fight for our freedoms.
Thank you, Lauren. Where could people in Fredericton honor the veterans and soldiers for Remembrance Day?
The Remembrance Day ceremony begins this Saturday at 10:30 a.m. at the Fredericton Cenotaph, downtown next to Gallery 78.
Thank you. That was Lauren Hoyt for St. Thomas Journalism. Last month, Every Time I Die, a metalcore band from Buffalo, New York, came through Fredericton to play at the Capitol Complex. Tickets went on sale last July and sold out the same morning. Needless to say, it was packed. This was the band's first time in Fredericton, and they were welcomed warmly by rabid fans singing along to every song. The show was very intimate and very rowdy. Touring to promote their latest album, Low Teens, they were accompanied by metal band Hollow Earth and hardcore band Knocked Loose, who warmed the crowd up and got the venue smelling nice and sweaty. Every Time I Die, who have been featured in the Guitar Hero video games, wasted no time getting the party started once they hit what was probably the smallest stage they've ever played. People were singing along into the microphone, crowd surfing, and moshing for the entire set. Singer Keith Buckley joined in on the crowd surfing and encouraged the crowd to get as crazy as they could. For first-timers of the band, they got their money's worth. And for those who've seen them before, their previous expectations were exceeded. When Every Time I Die come through Fredericton next, do yourself a favor and go get your party on. Now, a story for the dog lovers. This year was the 10th annual Pet Expo put on by the Fredericton SPCA. There were vendors, special events, and lots of dogs. Eli Matheson has the story.
Welcome to Doggy Playtime, also known as the Fredericton Pet Expo. For a decade now, the Fredericton SPCA has been hosting this event to bring together animal lovers from near and far. The exhibition center is chock full of vendors, businesses, and attendees, both human and animal. All who are present have one thing in common: they care about the health and happiness of animals. One vendor is business owner Aaron Beaton. Aaron is the distributor for a local raw pet food company called Totally Raw. She says that a natural, raw food diet is the best option for pets.
So when they eat a natural diet, the way they're designed to eat, they have no odor on their coat or on their skin. They generally live longer. They have better energy. Their teeth stay nice and white. They have a nice, healthy coat. It's the way they're designed to eat.
The Pet Expo also has demonstrations of pet grooming, obedience, and agility. Jerry Piercy is a founding member of the Canine Capers, a dog agility club which is based in Keswick Ridge, New Brunswick. Jerry says that agility has limitless advantages, especially for dogs with special needs.
And any dog can do agility, so it's a sport where the dog and the handler play together, so they don't have to interact with other dogs, so it's very good for dogs that are anxious or show reactivity or anything, because the dog is only in the ring by themselves. So we really strive to build the relationship between the dog and the handler.
Other attractions at the Pet Expo include pet fashion, toys, and accessories. Attendees love having a place to socialize their pets with other animals, owners, and the occasional ecstatic child. There are even some pets up for adoption to tempt those who haven't brought their own. Whether you're looking to outfit your pet with some new accessories, check out some dog agility, or just make some new furry friends, the Fredericton Pet Expo is a great family-friendly event, and it's for a good cause too. For Stu Journalism, I'm Eli Matz.
That wraps up this week's episode of the Basement Files. Thanks for watching. I'm Nada Ratney.
I'm Christy Chun.
And I'm Logan Purley.
Tune in 2 weeks to see the next episode. Until then, check out our website.